BL 2015-3, sponsor is Freeman, who is here. This abandons a portion of Alley 1860 right-of-way and easement. Is there a motion? Second? All right, it's been duly motioned and second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Great. Hold on. Do we have? All right, next is BL 2015-38, sponsors Van Rees and Elrod. This accepts permanent and temporary easements for the Ronnie Road Stormwater Improvement Project for 5 properties located south of Diane Drive. Do I have a motion? Second? All right, it's been duly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor? All opposed? Great. Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-39, sponsor is Roberts. This abandons easement rights that were previously retained for property located at 5212 Tennessee Avenue. Do I have a motion? Thank you. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Great, motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-40, sponsor is Roberts. This abandons easement rights that were previously retained for property located at 722 Crowley Drive. Do I have a motion? Great. Second? Been motion moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Great. Next is BL 2015, sponsors Hager, Pridemore, and others. This authorizes the acquisition of right-of-way easements, drainage easements, temporary construction easements, and property rights for the Old Hickory Boulevard at Lakeshore Drive, Pitts Avenue Traffic Signal Project. Do I have a motion? A second? Second. Thank you. Any discussion? I see Mr. Bedney and Mr. Dowell's lights on. Are those left over from other things? Excuse me? Okay. All right. If there's no discussion, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-48. Sponsors are Pulley, Elrod, and others. This abandons Crestview Drive right-of-way. Do you have a motion? Second? All right. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Great. Moving right along. Next is BL 2015-59, sponsor is Allen. This abandons a portion of an unnamed right-of-way. It says there is an amendment, but I don't know what that amendment is. So I agree. If you're confused, I'm confused. I think it's just ready to go. This is one that was deferred and has been brought back. Okay, there is no amendment. Great. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Great. Next is motion 2015-13 as amended. Sponsors are Hager, Hastings, and others. This amends the Metro Zoning Code designating mineral extraction as a use permitted with conditions in the IG zoning district and adding conditions for its use. Do I have a motion? Second? All right, any discussion? Mr. Glover.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Cooper, we've had a lot of conversation on this. What exactly does this do if we pass, don't pass? What exactly are we doing in this move?
Okay.
As a use permitted with conditions instead of permitted by right in this industrial district. And those conditions would include some street standards and most importantly some distance requirements, 1,000 feet from a residence and 2,000 feet from a park.
Okay, and so I guess if I may, Chair, I'll go to this sponsor of this with your permission. Councilman Hager, does this deal with the property in Old Hickory now, or does it deal with the property going forward?
That's a question for legal to answer. I can't answer that right now because we talked about that the last time. This bill is designed for all properties in IG zoning districts. So that's something you'll have to ask legal about. I think it was asked at the last meeting whether it would or wouldn't, and that's something that'll have to come from them. My intent of this bill is to create buffer zones for residential properties, for parks and schools throughout Davidson County, period.
Okay, so let's go to the vesting. Is this where the vesting issue keeps coming up? So where are we? Is that Mr. Jameson? Is that you, Mr. Cooper? Where do we think we are with regards to the vesting?
Well, we told the Planning Commission when it was before them that, in our opinion, a court would likely determine that the one parcel you're referring to is vested because they did obtain a building permit for the building that was built in furtherance of the rock quarry, and the information that they submitted to the codes department with the application for that permit shows a conceptual plan with the various phases for the quarry. So we believe that they would be vested both under common law and the Tennessee Vested Rights Act.
Okay, and Councilman Hager, I'm going to vote in support of you on this. I'm just trying to understand if we pass this, does it really have any teeth with regards to what is out there or what is being proposed now? That's really my question.
And it may or may not, the way legal's talking, they may be vested. Now, the other side of that coin is the question of the asphalt and concrete plants, which is a whole separate bill. They probably would not be.
Okay.
Because they haven't pulled anything for that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Chair.
Certainly. Councilmember Murphy?
I just had since this is supposed to be countywide, can planning tell us roughly how many properties that this is going to affect?
I hit the button.
I can't speak specifically to the number of properties, but I can say that there are very few areas that are zoned IG right now, that it's the most intensive zoning district that we have. So there are 2 or 3 areas that this does also affect for these particular uses, and then 1 area that it doesn't affect with the amendments that have been adopted.
Okay. I think that and Councilman Glover's questions answer my questions. Thank you.
Councilmember Coleman?
Thank you.
I just turned you off, excuse me. Let me find you again. Okay.
Thank you. I want to go back to legal for a minute. Either John or Mike, you can answer this question for me. Let's talk about the vesting part of it. If, in fact, this property on Barnett Road is vested, does that mean in any way that they will be affected by any parts of the bill that's on the floor now?
It's up to the state. I mean, TDEC determines whether you can have a quarry there. Now, whether they look at local zoning requirements, I don't know. I don't know what their process is. But, I mean, ultimately, regardless of the action taken at the council level, the state is the ultimate authority for issuing permits for quarries.
Okay. All right. And, John, just before you put the mic down, just briefly now, when we talk about vesting in and of itself, does that mean properties that already have the right to exist?
I'm not sure I understand the question. What do you mean the right?
Well,
the
I guess I'm
right
asking you to define vesting for me.
Okay, vesting basically means that you have the right to do with your property what the law allows before a change is made to the zoning.
And would that be considered the same thing as being grandfathered in?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor? Opposed? I'm going to assume that was okay. Next is BL 2015-14, as amended by Hager, Hastings, and others. This amends the Metro Zoning Code establishing asphalt plant and concrete plant as uses permitted with conditions in the IG zoning district and adding conditions for these uses. Do I have a motion? Okay, is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-15, sponsor is Scott Davis. This changes .28 acres from RS5 to RM20A zoning for property located at 104 Lucille Street. I do have a letter from the sponsor. Is there a motion? All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Great. Next is BL 2015-16, sponsor is Glover. This changes 32.06 acres from RS15 to SP zoning for properties located at 2237 Seven Point Circle and 4103 and 4109 Smotherman Lane to permit up to 86 residential units on 45 lots. Do you have a motion? Is there a second? Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? There's no discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Next is BL 2015-17, sponsor is Potts. This changes .32 acres from OR20 to R6 and CSA zoning for properties located at 4408 Nolensville Pike and 338 Alice Avenue. Do you have a motion? Second. Great. Is there any discussion? No? All those in favor? Opposed? Great. Next is BL 2015-18, sponsor is Bedney. This changes 1.39 acres from CS to OR20A zoning for property located at Nolensville Pike, unnumbered, at the southeast corner of Nolensville Pike and Lennox Creek Side Drive. Do you have a motion? Second. All right. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Next is BL 2015-19, sponsor is Allen. This changes .92 acres from ORIA to SP zoning for properties located at 121A, 121B, 121C, 123, and 125 30th Avenue South, and 3022 Vanderbilt Place to permit a 12-story office building. Thank you. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? If none, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is Bill 2015-21, sponsor is Glover. This amends 25.93 acres of Central Pike South Specific Plan District for properties located at 4124, 4140, 4144, and 4156 Central Pike, and 6002 South New Hope Road to allow additional commercial uses, revise bulk standards, and to modify conditions. I understand there's an amendment. Mr. Glover. Okay. It says you're green, but it doesn't look like it. You're green, try again.
So I will move the amendment, please.
Okay. Is there a second on the amendment? Any discussion on the amendment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Mr.
Now I will
Glover.
move the bill as amended, please.
Is there a second? Great. All those in favor as amended?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Motion passes. Next is BL 2015-22, sponsor is Scott Davis, changes 2.52 acres from CL to MULA zoning for property located at 1333 Dickerson Pike. I do have a letter from the sponsor. Is there a motion? Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next is BL 2015-23. Sponsor is Kendall. This changes 0.4 acres from RS5 to SP zoning for properties located at 1818 and 18B Scoville Street to permit up to 5 residential units. I don't believe I have a letter from the sponsor. Is he in the building? No, we will move it to the hill and hope that he gets here. Okay, next is Bill 2015-24, sponsor is Kendall, changes 0.29 acres from RS5 to SP zoning for properties at 1822 and 1824 Scoville Street to permit up to 4 residential units. Same plan. Next is BL 2015-25, sponsor Syracuse. This changes 1.7 acres from OL to MUL zoning for properties located at 208 and 212 McGavick Pike. Do I have a motion? All right, is there any discussion? Have I missed something? It's 26. Yes, 2015-26. Thank you for the correction. So, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. BL 2015-27, sponsor is Kendall. This changes .95 acres from OL and RS5 to MULA zoning for properties located at 2906, 2908, 2910, 2912, and 2914A Felicia Street. I do not have a letter. We'll move that one to the Hill as well. Next is BL 2015-28, sponsor is Sledge, changes .54 acres from R6 to SP zoning for properties located at 20, 22, and 24 North Hill Street to permit up to 12 residential units. Do I have a motion? Is there a second? Second. Great. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any against? Okay, motion passes. Next is BL 2015-29, sponsor is Coleman. This amends 5.75 acres of the commercial planned unit development district located at 13,000 and 13,010 Old Hickory Boulevard to permit a 6,344 square foot automobile convenient use. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Last one, BL 2015-31, sponsor is Sledge. This changes .22 acres from R8 to SP zoning for property located at 1820 12th Avenue South to permit a mixed-use development with up to 6 residential units and 1,000 square feet of general office. Do I have a motion? Move. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? Like sign, motion passes. All right, I believe that we will have to defer 3 by rule. Do we need to?
I move we defer 23, 24, and 27 by rule.
Thank you. Is that second? All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Motion passes. This concludes this meeting. Please stick around. We have Metro MTA to talk about in motion, and then that will be followed by the ad hoc housing committee. Mr. Potts. Okay, planning is adjourned.